Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Carcino here. Hope y'all can see me clearly. Yeah. Let's get to this again. Another preseason game, another Bronny James implosion. Just when you thought last game was just an anomaly, Bronny James doubled downs and let you know, no, this is really me. And my gosh. And they say it don't count. It's just preseason. Oh, it's a lot of things that count that you guys don't pay any attention to that actually matters when you're evaluating talent. If Bronny James was any other pick from a G League or even second round, he'd have been cut. But we don't get that. Like what? How many? They play 6, I think, preseason games, right? So far they've already got the 2 out of the way. Now, most people might, hold on to things as such as, final stats. But to me, if somebody plays 20 minutes in a game, I would expect to see not just people look at assists, rebounds, and points. That's it. How many threes you hit. It's not basketball. A real person is looking at how you did on the pick and roll. Defensively, how were you able to help your other teammates? Did you get out of help? Did you swing the ball? Did you make the defender have to move? Did you get in people in position? They want to see if you know how to play the goddamn game of basketball. Bronny James, you have exhibited a lot of things out there on that court. But what you're showing us is that you don't even know the basics of playing basketball. And that hurts. That should hurt everybody in the league. I'm like, really? Because if this is the approach we're going to take moving forward, really? What are we saying about the game? Are we going to just wait till the regular season starts and magnet ball this guy? Then it's going to look like you're really going to expose the magnet ball if you do that. Because now people get to see what he really is. And it's not even just the shooting. It's just actual basketball common sense that anybody who don't even need a coach to tell them this is what you should do in this situation. This is what you should be able to do at this level. They're showing you that just because of who you are, nepotism is at a all-time high now because you're here exactly for that reason. Not because you've earned it. As JJ Redick could tell you, he didn't earn a goddamn thing, and he got his job because he didn't earn it. They got it the really old-fashioned way. They inherited it. Now, if your daddy wanted to put you on the team because he was playing there, I don't care about that. Make you the 12th man on the team, but you should not be playing those 23 minutes, shooting the second most shots on the team. It's like, come on, you was doing way too much back then. So you dialed back the field goal attempts in this one. So you was like 2 of 6. Right? You hit 1 3 and hit 1 jumper in the game. That's not where your problem was. You had 5 turnovers. You had 4 personal fouls and 5 turnovers in 22 minutes for 5 points. They was like, but he had a positive plus minus. I don't give a rat's ass about that. 5 turnovers and 5 points with 4 personal fouls. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm looking at what you did on the court. That made no sense to us. We're still scratching our heads trying to figure out where was your brain? Where was your brain at on some of these plays? Yeah, he got a tip-in dunk at the end of the game. He came in and got a little followed up. Dalton connects, missed 3 with a dunk because he was the only guy down there. Nobody's asking you to be your daddy, okay? You're not 6'9". You ain't gonna be able to jump out of the gym. You got Savannah's DNA. Okay? You got a little bit of your daddy's, but a lot of Savannah. But mentally, you got your daddy's DNA. And that's the bad part about it. Your confidence level, you're not confident in what you're doing. You're playing hard, but not playing smart. And then you're not really playing hard. This tells me you haven't been playing with the team. You've been playing with your daddy. See, this is a prime example. You've been playing with former NBA basketball players instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing this part, instead of doing what matters. And what matters is clear. Bronny is Carlton Banks, I told y'all. You can't have team chemistry when you're not practicing with the team. You come after practicing somewhere else and then try to come and catch up with the team. And if you JJ Redick, what kind of example or leadership do you have with the team? If they haven't been working out with Bronny. If this is the only way they're going to work out with Bronny is a couple of practices while everybody else know what they're doing on the court, and he's the only one that seems to have a problem. And believe me, he's the only one that seems to have a problem. Everybody else know what they're doing. Why? They played organized ball. But wait a minute, didn't Bronny play college ball? No, he played basketball in college, where they used him basically as a mascot for the team and put him in certain situations. They tried to start him, and he wasn't ready for that, so they moved him to the bench to come into the league, and then y'all put him in the NBA and give him a draft, tell the whole world that he earned it, completely lying, and then use the G League games as a stepping point for the NBA. Now you're seeing the distance between a 40-point scorer in the G League and a 5-point scorer in the NBA. It's a major difference. Now, because all these lies were told and these lies were arranged to make us look crazy, to make everybody look like they don't know what they're doing, all of this silliness was arranged for a simple reason. Mm-hmm. No. You see, when people make these promises or they start making changes, in other words, many people are moving to the beat of their own drum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want to see you succeed. Take a look at this.
Have a fucking clue how to be a guard at any level. So Bronny, they're in drop fucking coverage. You have got 3, 4, 5 solid dribbles. As long as I'm attacking downhill, Al Horford has to stay with me, and it's going to open up DeAndre Ayton's role. You can't just fucking pick your... He picks it.
And he's right. Awful coaching may be loud and obnoxious to some people, but he's right. Bronny James is a terrible dribbler. And when you're a terrible dribbler, just like your father would stick his arm out because he's big enough and just shove people off of him because he can't dribble. You keep picking up your dribble because you know you're not a strong dribbler. Even though you supposedly has been working with all these players and doing all these different things, it seems like you've done what your father done is take shortcuts. You dribble and you practice and work out as long as you're filming an Instagram video and they can chop it up, and then you go out and play video games all the rest of the day. So instead of accompanying your father to the golf course, he should accompany you to a specialist who could work with you 6 days a week on just dribbling. You think Steph Curry just walks out there and just starts shooting threes? No, he goes through workouts and drills outside of this that has nothing to do with shooting threes. He's working on hand and eye coordination. He's getting his feet and legs balanced to turn for defensive assignments, running through picks and screens, knowing where guys are cutting. When they see you, they're going to be in a drop coverage, Bronny. That's it. You're going to see drop coverage a lot on you. So you should be able to recognize what it is that you need to do when you're being faced like this. Okay, Steph Curry's leading you where he wants you to go.
So now Al Horford can easily recover.
Exactly. Big Al can do what he wants because now Ayton is stuck, and Ayton just did something
awful.
He's thinking he's going to get a foul. It's like a full what? Now, Steph Curry's on Bronny again. Now let's
guard skills of a fucking middle school player.
Pretty much. I mean, Bronny's proving him right. Now, here
the next time Bronny James comes shoulder to shoulder off a ball screen will be the first time. Please, can you get into Steph Curry's jersey here? Yep. Make sure DeAndre Ayton's set and comes shoulder to shoulder. So he's got to go into the fucking screen. Look at how much goddamn...
This is why he didn't set the screen. Awful coaching is right, but this is the reason why Ayton didn't set the screen. Ayton didn't set the screen. He started posting up there so that because he saw him take such a wide stance out that Steph is not going to be led into the screen. So Steph is going to follow him. So there's no need to try to come set this screen because it would be a moving pick on him. So now he's just going to cut through and post up here so he can have somewhere to deliver the basketball. So that's why he made it. So why it was Bronny was supposed to do was to go at least closer to Steph Curry and then move forward up. That way, when he'll come through, you're going to lead Steph Curry right into that screen. So this defender would have to roll over. Buddy Hield would have to roll over and guard you and pick you up. That's going to make Ayton on Steph Curry. And he'll just go down to the paint. Steph Curry can't do nothing with DeAndre Ayton. You have to understand matchups. That will force Draymond to have to step up. And then Ayton right here could either score on Draymond or dip it off to the corner here for a shot for a three. Everybody rotates to the ball. It's common basketball sense. I don't even understand this. But since he did not do this, he's made it even harder for himself. Yes, awful coaching be cooking because he's right. Bronny makes it very easy. You know, it's not like like you can get with this or that. No, he makes it obvious, blatantly obvious that he shouldn't be out there on the floor. He's very indecisive, and the decisions he make are like, what the hell was you thinking? Like, are you high? We know he smoked when he was in high school. They took a picture of him. He done smoked all his cells out already. He played like he high. But like his father didn't like contact, physical contact. So let's look and see what Bronny should have been doing.
I could have gotten over that screen. So dipshit does that. How about this, though?
So now he's going to try to beat Steph Curry one-on-one. Like, the help isn't coming. Now, let's see what happens here.
They did not, because you didn't come shoulder to shoulder, Buddy Hield never had to leave. Nope. Al Horford's coming all the way over from the corner.
Yep.
So the read is not to throw.
Yep, the reason is not to go here. Now that you see you got 1, 2, 3 guys on you, you Bronny James, you got Steph Curry on you. You got to jump and swing that ball to Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect is where you need to go. You see the defender, Draymond did not leave the shooter. He stayed in the box because he didn't have to. So now the play is to go to Dalton Connect right here.
A lob into 2 different people. It's the skip to Dalton Connect for.
Exactly. I'm looking right at it. That's exactly where it can go. Anybody that plays basketball, we're looking at this. We can see that's where you need to go with the basketball. Anybody's looking at this can see that's where you need to go. But what does Bronny do?
A wide open 3. He just flinging this ball in the fucking.
He tries to throw a lob to Ayton.
In air.
A jump lob to DeAndre Ayton was the decision he came up with. This is what I'm talking about, people. When we start saying basketball IQ, when we start saying we want to see the best play the best, when we start saying, hey, this is what we want to see happen on the basketball court, these are the reasons that we're talking about. It's the basketball decisions. Do you want Bronny James on the floor when you're trying to win a game? Hell no. Not when it matters. This is basic. This is basic. The last game they got on him because he wasn't passing the ball. They like, dude, you're not passing the ball. So if you're not going to pass the ball, what in the world would we be concerned about you for? 2 preseason games, you played 23 minutes in basketball time each game. And in 23 minutes, you've shown us that the Los Angeles Lakers, in 2 losses, cannot trust you. They cannot trust you to make the team better because you're not making good decisions out there on the basketball court. And it's not on one side of the ball, it's on both sides of the ball. You're terrible off the ball. So if you're a liability with the ball, you can't be a liability off the ball. You are all around bad. That's not good. I said, well, let's see what Bronny looks like coming into this season. After he had a whole season to play, he played in the G League. He's got the experience. He's played in the NBA some games. Let's see what Bronny looks like coming into preseason. Do you know what Kobe Bean Bryant did in preseason when he came back for his second year? He went on a tear. He wanted to let everybody know what I was doing all that summer. When I shot those 3 air balls for 3, they were all there. It's just that they were air balls because I didn't have my legs. My legs were gone. He had to realize that what was happening after the game was over. Kobe put up the news clippings of him airballing those 3s as a rookie. Because he was not used to playing that many games in a season. And they're in the playoffs. They was like, LeBron wouldn't airballed all that. LeBron never got to the playoffs his rookie year. So you wouldn't know. But his legs were gone. You see, Kobe was on the bench and they would bring him in for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the game time. And he wouldn't, Dale Harris didn't believe in playing rookie. So all season long, he's playing 3 and 4 minutes. And you won't give him no more tape. So now when you finally need to put him in the game because of his defensive skills, now all of a sudden the game changes. It opens up. And now all the things that you talked about is all right there in front of you. Kobe let the whole world know when he dunked on that dude damn near from the half court. Seemed like dunked on him in that preseason game in Portland. And I think they played Portland or somebody at UNLV. That was wicked. He put the world on notice. Oh, that Kobe that was me as a rookie. He spent the whole summer locked down on basketball. That's what Bronny should have been doing. And it is clear from what I'm seeing here, that's not what he's been doing. It's unfortunate, but this is what happens when you grow up entitled. You grow up with money, you grow up rich, you don't know how to pay for anything, even though your dad is the most frugal man on earth. You got a chef your whole life, you food already in the fridge. You ain't got to worry about that. Whatever you want, you can get. It's kind of hard for that person to get motivated to do what needs to be done here. You can want to be great, but if all you want to do is to stand there and shoot threes, you're not helping your team. You're not helping the Los Angeles Lakers. If you think Steph Curry just shoot threes, only an idiot would believe that. Anybody who plays game and plays basketball knows Steph Curry does more than just shoot threes. It's pathetic. To be honest, it's really pathetic. Bronny is just a bad off. He said Bronny has just been as bad defensively. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. He's bad on both sides of the ball, and you can't have that.
And then directly off the dumbass turnover.
Look how he doesn't get back on defense.
Here's Bronny James saying, I'm entitled because I'm about to inherit a fucking $1 billion. But if you weren't inheriting $1 billion and trying to make this team, you'd be sprinting back so that you get your back turned and your feet set. So I'm seeing ball, but I can get out to Steph Curry. You're jogging like a fucking... So...
Awful coach about to lose his voice. Oh, this one.
You're jogging casually this way.
Buddy Hield jumped too early, but he's supposed to be looking this way and dropping the ball off to Steph.
Hey, whoops! Now Steph Curry's just going to trail right into that.
But he can easily shoot that
Bronny
over Bronny because Bronny's not even set to defend that shot.
James is mentally challenged. This is fucking just a crime that he is in the NBA. He shouldn't be anywhere.
He shouldn't be anywhere. That's awful coaching, baby. Hey, listen to this. This is what makes this even more crazy. Now, listen to this, because I want you to clearly understand what's happening here. What Bronny should do right now is, while he's coming around this corner, right? Steph Curry, like, this is a tighter screen, but Steph is still going to go through because Aiden didn't commit to the screen. Now, what Bronny can do is to draw Al Horford to have to come off and commit to you. This is going to open up Aiden and everybody else on the floor. Now, they can play just like this because they know one thing is certain about Bronny James. They already know this guy's like a deer in headlights. The team already knows it. The Warriors play him like that. They know, jump on him, he's going to pick the ball up. He's not confident in this dribble. Let's see it.
They're trapping you. It doesn't matter what they're doing. I can't pick my dribble up. I got to attack this way.
That is true. Keep your dribble alive and move forward till something opens up. Do not stop your dribble. Do not commit to anything. Don't connect, so one of these guys I have to move.
Al Horford coming this way so DeAndre Ayton's role can develop. If they're going to trap you, now I can easily pass through. Now DeAndre Ayton's got the lane. And one of these two defenders is going to have to step up, and it's going to leave the corners wide open. But you pick your dribble up already.
Yep, he picked his dribble up way too early. Ayton didn't have a chance to do a damn thing yet. Now nobody has to change anything.
What the fuck is...
And he just loses the ball, trying to force it to Ayton.
Another one. A disgrace to basketball. This.
Oh my God. So Steph has got his back turned. He's not really too much concerned about Bronny, but once
makes my fucking head explode. Shaquille O'Neal right now in 2025 is a better three-point shooter than your dumbass. So Steph Curry's going to step up on Dalton.
Steph Curry's a better three-point shooter. Shaq is a better three-point shooter than Bronny James. Oh, man. This is what I've been talking about. Mostly with everything. You know, I'm trying not to really come down hard on the kid. I'm just really just being honest. It's just that when you go down these avenues, right, you take these approaches, this is something that most people just don't even think about. You feel me? I mean, that guy is not, he doesn't know basketball, you know. He's mostly an AAU guy and just wants to root for Bronny because it's part of the association. It's just what he does, man. He's another person that kisses up to people and plays the agenda game. So he just wants to, excel and move up in life. He wants to get into that upper echelon. Like, they take guys like that and move them up the ladder. They look for those ass kisses. They want to know who those people are, but they don't actually know anything about this game. That's why we look at them as like, you serious? That's why they get ate up in a conversation. They just jump right out the panel because there ain't nothing they can really say to defend anything that comes to basketball. Exactly. Knows nothing about the game. How many AAU? You want to be an AAU coach? That's real easy. Just pay the money, go down there. And it's a lot of those guys like FYL Sports who are coaches. They pay the money and they take the little paper quiz, and that's it. They're a coach. So then you see the problem. You got people like that gonna be teaching people basketball. I ain't gonna miss them at all. I'm gonna be helping them. You need me to help you pack your bags and clean your lock out? I'll be right here to do it.
Could you please just cut and take a layup, please?
Right. Bronny gets this ball. He should pump fake, drive to the basket. You have been struggling, son. This is what you do when you're struggling.
Just take a layup, please. Guess what dumbass does?
He's not even square. You could tell from when he shot it where this ball is going to go, to the front of the rim. Bing. Yep.
Again, entitled motherfucker.
So, after a miss, right, especially like that, you better hustle your ass back.
So you miss this shot. You're trying to make this Lakers team. You're a second-round dumbass pick. Could you sprint back in transition? Nope, I'm inheriting $1 billion, so I'm just going to jump.
Look, he don't even sprint. This guy's already made the team. Bronny James, how you getting outran?
Dog and let Buddy Hield.
You get outran by Buddy Hield to the basket?
Dude, look at this.
That is just lazy. That would get you snatched out of the game. You gave up the shot, and the guy who you was in front of shot past you. Buddy Hield is faster than you, Bronny James? $19 and 20 years old. I've seen better players at the rec center. And this is the problem. You let him train with former NBA basketball players when he needed to be in the junkyard. He needed to be in the sewers. He needed to be in those pickup games. You need to throw him in there with them grown men, them dogs. That's where he needed to play every weekend, running with them. No cameras, no nothing. Just in there hooping. 4-5 hours straight. Hooping. Running fives with them. Up and down the court. Fast. He needs to get in those kind of runs. Not your working out with the NBA, former NBA players. That's not just going to make you great just because you play with them. You got to play with the dog because that's who you're going to be concerned with. They're going to go easy on you. Do you know how many of these incoming rookies want to embarrass the son of LeBron James? I was just hoping the kid gets better. I really did. I was waiting to see some growth in his game. But this is it's disappointing to me. It really is. The league will never be the same again. Well, the route they're taking is like they're trying to get all the brothers up out the game. And you see why. They got all this entitlement going on.
This is bullshit. What a fucking embarrassment.
Man, awful coaching be going ham. But he had a point. That was the biggest thing. That normally any coach would snatch Bronny James out of the game after that. He should have been snatched for not hustling and getting back. Now, here he is again, pushing the ball forward. Right? Here you go, making his big move. Now, you see right here, yeah, they're leading you to the trap. They know, trap Bronny, he gonna want to give it up. Make DeAndre Ayton, who's at the top of the key, get the ball. Numbnuts is finna pick up his dribble right here. Why are you picking up your dribble already? Oh, no, he did a spin. I'm sorry. I give him some credit that time. He actually, instead of recognizing he's supposed to get rid of the ball, he decided to do a spin move. Look, Papa, I'm going to use my super spin. Look, I kept my dribble alive and I'm super spinning. Not knowing the guy's going to come up from behind. You got Dalton Connect wide open. You never thought about getting rid of the ball. And you wearing your daddy's new terrible ass shoes. Was that part of your contract? Jump ball. That should have never been a tied up jump ball. That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here we go again. Why is Bronny James in the corner like he's a three-point shooter? If I'm the Lakers, I'm not even thinking about giving him the ball no more. Look how far off Steph Curry's playing Bronny. That's how much he doesn't respect Bronny James' shooting ability. The ball is swung out. They never gave the ball to Bronny. You know why they didn't get a ball to Bronny? Everybody would blame this guy. But the fault is Bronny. Bronny did not cut to the basket so that the guy could drop the ball off to him on a pass while he's making his cut. Bronny's staying in the corner. Now, unless the play is designed for you to stay in the corner at all times, and they'll get you the ball, either swinging it or whatever, then I can see. But if you're not going to make a cut to the basket to help this guy or make Steph Curry have to do anything on the play, I just don't understand it. Look at this. Right, you're supposed to be cutting to the basket. He could whip that pass around with a left-hand pass. Hook, boom, you right at the basket. It's common sense.
Can drop this to you. Why are you gonna clank this anyways? Get out of the fucking corner.
Man, dog, I tell you, that is the most craziest thing I've seen, bro. Get out of the effing corner. Hey, all y'all should be following Awful Coaching, man, because this dude is hilarious.
Oh, and we know how this will fucking go. Bronny actually blows by Moses Moody. That's how shitty Moses Moody is. So, Bronny, you're in the lane. I'm not finishing over a...
Yeah, this is really stupid. He did this a lot in the first game. Now, Moses Moody, in Awful Coaching, he didn't blow by Moses Moody. Moses Moody did this on purpose to lead Bronny James to the center. He wants to lead him to the trap. That's what they want to happen.
Second defender.
See, he's still with Bronny James. He just wants Bronny to go where he wants him to go. So if he overcommitted there, he knew Bronny would take it and didn't want to keep going. It's like, good, I can lead him right to post. And post has got my help, so we can cut Bronny off here. Bronny's thinking I can lob this here. Moses Moody knows I'm just going to jump with him and shield his vision so he can't see where he's even throwing the ball.
Keep your dribble alive downhill. So this player's got to step up and guard. Don't pick your dribble up.
Now, what Bronny does is some move he saw his daddy do.
Keep attacking down. He's got to now step up and guard you. Now we've got this lob, or we can just drop it there. Why aren't let's just finish over forehand.
Yeah, now see, if there was a magnet ball, that would have probably been a layup for Bronny. You see what I'm saying? That would have been a layup for Bronny James each and every time. Because that's the narrative. Hit the like button, y'all. Straight up. See, this is what we talk about, right? When we start talking about the narratives and what people want and what they want to see. This is what people mean. Now, when you start seeing oh, thank you. Appreciate you, bro. When you start seeing other factors come into play, that's when you can start questioning the decision making and saying, hey, who the hell said that? Who said what? What we should be doing? What's wrong with our mix? The Warriors finally got a legit center, but he's 38. So anyway, Post is down there doing what he does in the post.
And then defensively, I don't know, I could dig up fossils from the fucking ground and they'd be better defensively than Bronny James.
Now, look at this. This is a good play to call. If you look at this play, Bronny James is supposed to slide out, right? That's a flare screen. So he's just going to cut straight. Go right at Bronny. Bronny was there. I give Bronny credit for that. He was there. They kick it out. But Bronny should have defended that better and got behind the guy by him letting the guy, giving him the lane and let him dribble on out. What Bronny should have did was step over because he would have been able to cut him off to force him to go the long way around instead of forcing him here. You know, to drive and dribble over, which made the defense have to collapse in. And now Moses Moody got enough space to shoot a shot.
Who is teaching this dumb fuck how to play point guard? You have to attack downhill. They're in their dumbass drop coverage. Remember, Steve Kerr's brain dead. All I
got. Well, he might be brain dead, but he's playing to the advantages of the traps they want to set for Bronny James. If Bronny's going to play, they're going to be in drop coverage. Every time Bronny James has the ball, the Warriors are just going to go in drop coverage and expose the weaknesses in Bronny's game. So that's why they're in drop coverage again. Awful coach should be letting them have it. But that's why they're in the drop coverage. He wants them to be in this situation. So it's an actual strategy that they're doing. They're purposely doing this because this is how they're going to keep exposing Bronny James. Either he's going to learn from it or he's going to continue the same mistakes. And he just did. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now Podziemski can get back over the top. Trace Jackson Davis can recover and get back over the top. Your dribble back, dumb fuck. Jackson Davis has to stay with me. And that's going to open up Jackson Hayes' role. The second you pull your dribble back, dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Now Podziemski can get back over the top, Trace Jackson Davis can recover, and you just fuck the whole thing up.
Hey. Do you hear something like speaker busted with the music? Or was that just me? Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the speaker sound like they was busted? Is there something wrong with the audio? Oh, okay. It sound fine with y'all?
With a really nice pick and roll, and Bronny actually attacks downhill.
You don't hear that? Sound like a robot? Oh, I hear it. Yep. Oh, that's just on my end. And yeah, they trying to do some spamming right now. All right, I know what they on. They trying to come with the spam jam. All right, hold on one sec. You ready? You ready? Let's go.
His husband, David Justice, is causing a firestorm for what he's saying about their divorce nearly 30 years ago.
In my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
If we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with?
They met in May 1992 and tied the knot 8 months later.
She asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months. I said, okay.
The former MLB player just spoke out on the All the Smoke podcast.
I just realized this is not the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Mm-hmm. So February 1996, I told her, yeah, I can't do this no more.
Hallie's fans are taking him to task. You married Halle Berry to be your housewife? Sounds like he wanted a maid more than a wife. This was tasteless. Some believe the slugger is still angry at the actress for not.
All right, we're back. All right, let me see if this is fixed. Yeah, they trying to come with the old sabotage Sally. All right, it's fixed. So the music is rocking. Let's see.
I don't know what the fuck popped into his head, but he actually attacks downhill and makes Trace Jackson Davis guard him. But how is this the shot we
now? Here we go.
End up with? Please attack downhill, right? Keep attacking downhill. This backside defender just stepped up on Jackson Hayes. So it looks like you're going to be able to turn the corner here. So the read is not to take a fadeaway mid-range jumper. You ass shit. Get this skip over. This is where the backside help's coming from. Wide open corner three. Nah, mid-range.
He was supposed to swing that ball over, but he thought he had a position to shoot, and it was
horse shit.
But it got blocked.
Let's do another Bronny James defensive check-in. I'm serious. I could find fossils under the ground that defend better than this asswipe. You know the first thing you learn when you get taught how to play defense? See ball and man? Yep. Why does Bronny think it's okay to stare at the ball for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? He's still staring.
got hit with the ball screen. I mean, the back door. Because he's not playing ball you man. Ball you man is, I told you, I've learned that from Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III. But that's normal, any basketball period. If you play high school ball, anything, you watch the ball, it's you, and where's the man you're guarding? You should be in between all of it, right? You know what a ball is, ball you man. Right? So you know where the guy is. Look, Bronny is not even checking to see who the hell he's defending. That's just terrible. These are the kind of things in the 80s and 90s that would have had you removed. Bronny would be on a bus on his way back to home. He wouldn't be reporting the G League playing like this. Oh my goodness. Where is he going with this basketball? If he tries to throw it, which he really should just keep his dribble, right, and beat him to the corner, draw in, he's just like he's afraid of contact. He's so timid on the court. So now he's going to try to go and swing the ball all the way across the court. Another unforced, like unnecessary turnover that's just brain dead.
This bearded cameraman would be better defensively than this ass shit Bronny James. I think he's thinking about another stream with Aiden Ross because, again, please just see ball and man. Let's do the very basics of defense. Nope, we're thinking about our next stream. So let's just stare. What are you staring at? You're still staring. You stared at the ball for 10 seconds. That... What are you staring at? You're still staring.
Look, the guy cut when, my God.
You stared at the ball for 10 seconds. That is special. Drop coverage. Remember, Steve Kerr's brain ass bearded cameraman would be better defensively than this ass shit Bronny James. I think.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy. What's up, Fact Finder? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. This kid is a prop. Pretty much he is, unfortunately. Because I had high hopes for him, man. I really did. I really had high hopes for him this season. I thought he would at least step up and show that he's more than what, they're putting out there on the court. But obviously, we're not seeing that. What we're seeing is a failure to, what they saying, not able to excel. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult when you are in one position and so no one else gets to see it. Shoot, no, it's some WNBA players. I think Aja Wilson would tear his ass up. Now, the question we need to be asking right now is, why is Bronny James playing so bad? I mean, these are just mind-boggling mistakes. Like, anybody can make a mistake on the basketball court, right? We all know that. But what we're seeing here is not even, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it literally doesn't make any sense for him to be as bad as he is. That it's almost scary, you know? It's more than that. You know, most people would say, hey, Bronny James is trying. Bro, it's more than just him trying. It's about what has he learned? What is he applying to the game of basketball? When you're out there and you're playing and you're trying to do your best, I understand that. I want him to succeed. But when I see you're not trying, you're not running back on defense, you're jogging. Then you showing yourself streaming with Aiden Ross, all these podcasters, you and your daddy going to play golf. That would piss me off if I'm somebody who's supposed to be sitting there supporting you and like, come on, man, you can do it, And I'm seeing you half-assing it. You come in with the softest body I've ever seen for somebody coming into their second year who just came out of G League his whole first year. You know, it's like, dude, what are you getting called up for what games? Who would be calling you up? I had high hopes for him that he would learn, you know, while he was here, because he's got fast track, you know, but I'm not seeing the effort. That's the breaking part. I can see it like, man, his shot just ain't dropping, but he's doing everything else right. He's putting up the pick and roll. He's doing it. I mean, he's not. His positioning is off. Everything. It's like, who are you working with? You're not working with the team. Where's the coaching? You got a Hall of Fame coaching staff, not including JJ Redick. But get him up out of there. Who told us he earned it? No, he earned this. How? Talking about we all locked in. This is locked in? This is what you call locked in, Bronny James? Your effort is pitiful, and it's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me to see somebody play with that much lack of passion for the game. It's upsetting to me. I don't ever want to see that. Ever in the game. If I'm your daddy, I don't even put your ass back on the court no more. If I don't see you had the passion or the fire to play this game, bro, you're not finna just come out here and make a mockery of the game just because your daddy played in the league. I'm sorry, you can't do that. Now, I want you to play good. I mean, you have the ability to get better. In this league, it don't take much. Hell, I haven't seen players now, they don't even have an offhand. So, yeah, you can make it. Yeah, that's the part that hurts everybody, is when you see it go off the rails, you know, because that's insulting to people that care about this game. If you really cared about this game, then you would really understand when people start talking about Bronny James, what they're really talking about. Because no one's talking about him. Oh, y'all just talking about him because y'all hate LeBron. That ain't got nothing to do with it. We just talking about the same factors that came along with this LeBron. It's now being applied here. His dad just had physical attributes that could get him by. You know, his lack of dribbling was made up with the fact that they allowed him to take 3-4 steps. He could jump out of the gym. He's 6'9". He moved like a guard. They never seen somebody LeBron size could move like he could and jump as high as he could. So naturally, they had to market and promote that. But you, undersized for a guard. Okay, you're undersized and you don't like physical contact. That's not, you're in a guard position. Your job is to penetrate to get the defense to fold to you. You're the man with the ball. The defense all responds to what you're doing. So it's like chess. You maneuver in the pieces to where you want them to go. You know this guy's going to come here. You already know where you're going to go. If any other options open up, boom, you already know where they're going to be. And leaving Bronny out here and playing these 23 minutes, what does this do for Bronny? He's making mistakes he's not learning from. You know what they do with those guys? Paper, rock, scissors? No, just straight scissors. You're cut. It's sad. It is really sad when somebody has the potential to be better than what they really are. Let's see what KB had to say.
Point of why this kid should never be in an NBA jersey. He doesn't know this because he never played this position. Somebody got to tell him, this ain't it. So now Dalton Connect is a seasoned veteran. Well, he's not a seasoned veteran in the NBA, but he's played a lot of college basketball. So he knows to get out of the way because this ain't going to be nothing but a foul on Dalton Connect. So Dalton Connect said, okay, I can't help you. You're hurting the team by doing this because you don't know the small principles of the game. So you're going to hurt the team because you're going to get me a foul call. So Dalton Connect gets out the way. Now, Dalton Connect is a good enough shooter that his time should not be wasted on the floor with Bronny James because you got to be able to help each other. Dalton Connect wants to get a good screen on a body. You know why? The person who set the screen is normally the person who's open. You know why that does not work with Bronny James out on the floor? Because he does not wait for screens. Yep. So now Dalton Connect time is being wasted out on the floor with Bronny because he can't hit open shots with Bronny because everybody gets to stay home. By him not waiting on the screen, Dalton Connect man stays with him. Bronny is not past his man. He don't know how to start initiating contact with the guy. So he allows the guy to run right next to him. You tell me a good point guard in the league that will not be initiating contact. You tell me Jalen Brunson wouldn't have this guy on the side of him initiating all kind of contact.
Exactly. Big body Brunson. That's what I'll tell you. The round mound of rebound guard would definitely do that. That's what I'm saying. You laughing when I said potential. No, he does have the potential. Bronny has potential. He has everything he needs. It's mental. With him, it's mental. He don't have the mental part to play this game. When I see people make the same mistakes over and over again, and it's like, dude, you're not learning this by now? You done had a whole season and a whole camp. You said everybody was locked in. That was your words. We are all locked in. What you mean the rest of the team is locked in? And what KB is bringing up is that when you see Dalton Connect have a bad shooting game, don't say, oh, Connect had a bad game too. He had a bad game because he was playing with a bad teammate. He can't get an open shot. He can't get off because Bronny James is dribbling up all the clock. And then by the time he gets the ball, he got like 5-6 seconds to make a decision before the shot clock run out. And then the defender is right on him because Bronny has done nothing to move the defense around. This is why they stayed in drop coverage all night. So, yes, he has the potential to play the game. Bronny has some speed. It's all mental. He picks his dribble up too quick. He doesn't let the game come to him. He doesn't know how to wait till the screen comes. It's like he's running away from them and don't want to have contact with them at all. This game is all contact. I don't know what he talked about. He has to quit being scared and go out there and play this game. I never thought I would say this, but I'm kind of leaning on Stephen A. Smith's side now. As a father, man, stop this. Shoot, Stephen A., as a father, should call this off, LeBron. You and Bronny James need to walk off that court together. Well, we haven't seen it yet. Like, we still haven't seen the yeah, we still haven't seen those decisions made. Oh, yeah. Bronny James has told you exactly what he was about. So to see him pull that was not a shock to us because we've seen it before. It's Bronny James.
You tell me Jalen Brunson, first of all, Jalen Brunson would have been done turned around, would have been backing that thing up on him, pause. He would have came off this screen, and the moment you got on the side of Jalen Brunson, whether he got a screen on him or not, Jalen Brunson would have been eating up this space. Shy would have been eating up this space with his off arm. Shy, I think, sometimes get away with offensive fouling, but he would have been eating up this space. But nothing about this kid when he's on the floor helps his teammates. It makes it harder on everybody else. Now, he goes in, he starts this 1-2 from way out here. Initiated no contact with the guy yet. This ain't college, Bronny. This is not high school. You can't jump over everybody. We got 7-footers waiting on you. You're not as athletic as you think because this ain't even that high. And look what happened. This is supposed to be a good shot. A second-round pick hesitated and shot over 2 defenders. This is grounds to get you cut if you was any other second-round pick.
True.
This is grounds to get you cut if you're any other second-round pick.
Facts.
Where's Bronny James? Since all of you keep telling me I'm hating, when did you ever hear Stephen A. say, Kwame Brown, you got to walk the man in and do an L cut? You got a V cut. You can't just walk straight from the three-point line. Look at Bronny. Bronny never walked into his guy and got him down to the lower box and then came off with some pace. Bronny James is standing at the three-point line playing ready.
L cut is this, y'all. For y'all who just didn't know what he was talking about. L cut means like when you're right here, you just start cutting right here, bringing the guy to the middle, and boom, you shoot up right here. You make an L. right? And you shoot up to the top of the key. You either set a pick to free him up, or he's coming to hit you with a pass on the L cut, right? You see the Warriors do that a lot. So that's an L cut. For y'all who don't know basketball terminology. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, this is what they do. Like, if you want to be serious, this guy is playing, unfortunately, like he doesn't know how to play the game of basketball. This is what looking at someone who doesn't know how to play, this is what it looks like. Yeah, I know. That's why the people who didn't understand before, they didn't know anything to them. Mm-hmm. Well, when other people start to see it, then maybe other people will start to believe it. No. When you start getting to positions where it don't make sense like that,
Set, go.
Might be time to go.
And I like when you little crybabies come into my chat because I'm not going to curse. I'm just going to give a better breakdown because maybe you just don't know nothing about basketball. And maybe you need to sit back and be quiet and listen. Bronny James is supposed to walk his guy in and come off after he's gotten some contact. Watch a film on Reggie Miller, Bronny, and Reggie Miller would have been giving this guy all type of elbows to his chest. Reggie Miller would have stuck his leg in between his leg to ram him off a position, to dislodge him off the spot a little bit, just so you can get a running start, so you can have the advantage. Now, they'll say I'm hating, but they won't say I'm wrong about nothing that I'm saying. This kid don't know simple fundamentals of the game, but he's collecting a 4-year check. Yeah. He comes off hurting his teammates because nobody's going to get open with Bronny on the floor because he don't even know how to set his defender up to put people at odds so that the team can gain an advantage. But it's not about the team of gaining an advantage. It's about showing that Bronny James is an NBA player. So when the guys are out there, they got to cater to Bronny James to prove that he's an NBA player, which he's not. He comes off wide as I don't know what. This is not an NBA player. I'm 43 years old and I got a torn meniscus in my knee that I'm about to get fixed, and I can still come off tighter than this. I can still come off and get downhill in this paint tighter than this. Right here. Why is he rounding this out so hard? This guy is 20 years old, 21 years old. He should have the hips and the quick twitch muscles of somebody that can turn downhill and get this big to come stop him. That way Jackson Hayes is open. But what does this turn into? Bronny James round this out, and the guard gets right back on him. Look how round this is. This is horrible. This is horrible. The big can guard both right here. And then now he can get help from the nail because he wasn't tight. When this is a starting center, that play is not going to work. That is going to be a turnover. When that is a starting guard on Bronny that gives them that much space, that is going to be a turnover.
And that's facts. Now, when I say he has potential, that means that he has a potential to play a role. And what I could see his role being, wouldn't you think his dad would have had the ability to teach him the game and raise his IQ? If his dad was someone who was an essential player, if his dad was somebody who was essentially a great person with a basketball IQ, he could be able to teach it to his son. But there's only so much you could teach someone. So a lot of people that know the game, but they don't have the ability to play it. Like, not at that level. Like, I know a guy named Carlos, Mexican dude, know the game back and forth. You know, great point guard. But he's only 5'8". You know, he's 5'8". He can't jump out of the gym, but he was a great, like, set shooter. He reminds you of a Jason Kidd. Just a short version of Jason Kidd. And Carlos was great. I used to run with him all the time. But he knew the game. He knew where to go. He knew where everybody liked to be. He knew where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the corner. I'm not going to slash to the basket because he knows what I'm going to do. I'm like, look, I'm a shooter. So there's no need for me to go to the basket. So I'm going to be here. There's only so much you can do when it comes down to this. When you start seeing people play these narratives and games, there's only so much you can do. And when you hear Bronny James talk about the game of basketball, it's not like a necessity for him. It's not like he needs it. You know, he plays it like, man, this is cool. You know, I get to play on the same team as my father. You know, like, that's great. But it's not something that, you know, he wants. You could tell by the way he talks. It's just like bland. And it's sad because you want somebody that you feel like when you're on the court with, they with you. Everybody else feel like we gotta look out for Bronny James, or I gotta basically, you know, I know my numbers are going to be stagnant, and then this kid is going to shoot. He's not going to make the extra pass. So he cut down all his shot selections in half for the second game. And it's not just your shot selection, it's your decision making that really affects everyone. It really affects. So when your decision making is off, that's gonna tell a lot. Well, it's a lot of times that things get brought to the light that are in the dark, and you didn't ask for it. It's just happened to be there. So all of it, once again, is on your lap. I know, man. It's difficult sometimes because trying to keep a level head is like, if I'm playing with somebody like that on the team and we can't say nothing because of who his daddy is, I got a problem with that. It's becoming a big problem because it puts pressure on the coach. So if the coach is going to allow this kind of play to happen, how you going to come up to me and be able to say something? Now, when I say he had potential to get better, work hard in the off season, like grind, really get locked in. Right? That's what you want to see. You want to be able to see that. I don't want to see Bronny James post up in the corner and try to be a three-point shooter. He's not.
From what had been you've been developing for the year prior, what have you done since then? And what did you sort of learn about your game that you thought you could carry forward into training camp this year?
Just like every other NBA player in the summer, I'm just keep my head down, working on the same stuff that has gotten allowed me to grow during the summer. And
no, we don't know. No, we don't know. That's the thing. And it don't seem like either. No, we don't know. We don't know. We don't see it. We don't see any passion. We don't see any motivation. We don't see any of it. So no, we don't see it. No. Now,
coming in every day ready to learn, and ready, to take advantage of an opportunity if it's given to me. Just keep my head down and working.
Bronny, what's the energy been like in the gym this summer around these guys? Anybody stand out? Anything pop to you that maybe seems different, or growth from the foundation that was kind of laid in the organization in JJ's first year?
Everything has been great. Energy in the summer. We come out here every day ready to work and ready to get better as a team. I've been playing, against each other since summer league has ended. So, JJ is engraved in our heads that we need to be in championship shape. Have championship effort, stuff like that. So, we all, know what it needs to take to, get to that level and bring up a championship. So, we've all been locked in this summer.
Bronny, you showed some flashes of growth in the summer league. And how have you built on that since, in terms of not only maybe your win, as you mentioned, being in championship shape, but just your confidence leading into year two?
I think it's just working on all the same stuff that I was working on before. It's obviously helped during the G League too. Just working on stuff, whether that's putting the right stuff in my body or coming in and working on specific skills that I need to, grow or stuff like that. So it's been all the same stuff, trying to create a good routine.
Okay. You know what's a good routine? Recognizing and learning the game. It's not all about physical conditioning. Okay, what you have not shown, you have gotten better in. Because you're slow moving to the balls. So like I said, potential is there. The effort and heart, when another guy beats you down the court because you're jogging, that's mental. You mentally just watch it. Yeah, it was very shocking. He sounds unmotivated. Exactly. Unmotivated. Unmotivated. Unwilling to participate. Unwilling to be great. Unwilling to be a champion. Unwilling to say, you know what, I'm going to step up and earn this. Unwilling. So when I say the potential is there, meaning that you have some potential in you. You have the potential not to suck. Getting back on defense is effort. Stepping over and everything, that's film. You have the potential to learn and look at film. You have the potential to be a better player than what we're looking at out there on the court every day. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. You're not proving anything to anybody about what you were given and inherited. No, you're proving you don't belong. That's the only thing you're proving, Bronny. That's what you're proving. So stop being part of the problem and be part of the solution. He doesn't even belong in a Nike commercial. I believe you're right about that. Now, one of the main problems that you've seen in the development of what you would say said artists, right? When you get in those scenarios, you're looking at it's more of a bad scenario. Right. You know, more than anything, it's a bad scenario. Bad mix. What did I think about what? No. Bronny James can definitely excel if he wants to apply himself. He wants to get in the film room, but he doesn't have to. The other players on the team would have been checked his ass, but they can't because of who his daddy is. So you're already behind the 8 ball. I'm doing like 3 things right now. My brain is in 3 different areas. I got Monday Night Football, I got the Cubs game, and I got y'all. So, Bronny, you only get 35% of my attention right now. Yeah, with 35%. Oh, that was a PI. But with 35% of my attention, I know exactly what's wrong with you. I don't even have to give it 100% of my attention. Then the general public can see it. I don't see anybody in this chat that don't even know or understand what the scenarios are. Everybody in here seems to have it right. Nobody has it wrong. Intimidated, unmotivated, not confident. All of these things you hear when it relates to Bronny James. I was so upset. Yeah, it's a lot of problems going on. And as long as people are dedicated themselves to the problem, you will never get the answer to the scenarios. Well, it's all about what you like, right? Not just who you like, it's about what you like. What is Bronny James' best asset when he's out there on the court? What's his best asset? How does he help the Los Angeles Lakers? Yeah. Now he's trying to say he didn't help him out. He only helped him a little bit just to see if there was something there LeBron wanted me to see. But Gilbert is a kiss ass. He wasn't ready to. He did what he was supposed to do. He gave LeBron the answer he wanted to see. Absolutely. When people get big or they blow up, they get stronger, they get faster, whatever. It's mostly a position of Travis Hunter, baby. Travis Hunter. Go ahead, Trav. The little rookie. Go ahead, man. Yeah. I caught the ball. See? Y'all leave me alone. Oh, they caught him that time. See? I did what I said I was going to do. I caught the ball. Man, my baby saw that, man. She loved me. Y'all leave me alone. Y'all get your own girl. We having a baby. No. Oh, man. But what does Bronny James does well that you believe that he can help the Los Angeles Lakers? Selling tickets. So, my buddy is like, get on the bus. Ride away from the whole organization. Never come back. That's the best thing he can do for the Lakers. Get on the bus, go at home, lay in his mama's lap and cry. Man, I'm serious. It's a shame that it's come to this. I don't like making videos. I got to bash Bronny James because it's not really me bashing him. It's me just telling the truth. There it is, Lawrence touchdown. Trevor Lawrence. Did I bet Trevor Lawrence with the yards rushing? What's Patrick Mahomes laughing about? Yeah, I took the Jags in the points. hoping they don't jag the game. Damn. He got 5 catches. Damn. All right, this one still got a chance. All right, Mahomes got to get cooking. All right, now Kelsey can't get another catch. He got enough for the night. Look at that. I picked Travis Hunter to get over the 30-something yards, and he got it, baby. There you go, Trav. There you go, Travis Hunter. Stepping up for your boy C-No. Yeah, Travis Hunter, baby. Got that green, bud. That's that green. Here you go, Trav. Yeah, see? I told you to believe in me. Told you. I knew I was riding with you, Travis. You know it. So, yeah. Anyway, shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDI TV, Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Too Raw for TV. Check him out, 93 Zay. You got Blood Boxing, 78 Sports TV. Again, like I said, Carcino for Life, my channel. You guys already here, hit the like button, subscribe. My Patreon is Carcino for Life. My Cash App is Carcino. Y'all see it at the bottom, just sailing by. Keep showing love and appreciation, man. We appreciate it. And we'll keep doing lives for y'all and uploading videos. And we got another one coming later on tonight.